If your morning routine starts with you grabbing your phone before your feet hits the ground, I need you to watch this video entirely up to the end, because that habit alone is quietly keeping you broke, burnt out, and spiritually disconnected. I know that sounds too dramatic, but stay with me. Welcome. My name is Frascia, and this is Frascia Unlimited, the channel that helps you build faith, wealth, wellness, and the life that you actually want. All right? And I'm sharing 5 morning habits that genuinely rewired how I move through my days. Some of these are going to make you a bit uncomfortable. And if that's the case, good. That means it's working. So let's dive in. I stopped having quiet time with God and started having conversations. Most of us were taught to sit quietly and read a verse and say amen. And after that, go and make some tea. I did it for years and wondered why my service felt quiet, felt dry. I started treating prayer like a two-way conversation, talking out loud, being honest, even complaining to God, messy and unfiltered. Your morning doesn't get ordered by a perfect devotion, it gets ordered by a real relationship. If your quiet time feels like a chore, you don't have a discipline problem, you have an intimacy problem. And the one thing that most Christians or people who are believers crave is an intimacy with God, an intimacy with the Spirit of God, an intimacy with the person with whom you trust your life for. Okay? This is not just a moment to just sit still and do nothing. It is that moment where you have a conversation, an intimate conversation, an honest conversation with God. It's a spiritual conversation. You actually believe, and it is real. It is real because you there, you believe it, you are moving through your day having trust, having spiritual connection with God, and that can just start with you having quiet moment with God in the morning. It needs to have that relationship, that intimacy, that realness, that like there's nowhere else you can be you. You can be worried, sick, you can be broken other than that point of conversation and talk and trust and believe in God. Okay? So I stopped making my to-do list first thing in the morning. Okay? And it made me more productive. Every productivity guru will tell you to plan your day first thing in the morning. I'm telling you the opposite. All right? Hear me out. When you wake up immediately in the morning and go into task mode, you spend the rest of your day reacting, not leading. I now spend the first 30 minutes of my day in zero agenda. No list, no goals, just stillness and intention. To-do list comes after. And when it does, I move through it with clarity instead of chaos. Busy is not the same as productive. Write that down, okay? I'm saying this because during my 75 hard challenge, I had 5 specific tasks I needed to do outside of work. This task, I didn't just wake up and do them. And I did not decide the order in which I'm going to do them in the morning, just fasting in the morning. No. So, I'll tell you an example of a specific day of 5 hard, because this is one thing that you have watched me do. If you haven't, I've posted videos of how that turned out for me. I'd wake up, grab my exercise clothes, throw them on. I did not sit down to write anything. Then I would, because it's a morning and I'm supposed to be going to work or something. There's already activities set out for the day, but I need these 5 activities for me. So I'd literally just wake up, throw on my workout gear, go to the kitchen, drink some water. That does not require me to write down, okay? Go to the kitchen, drink a glass of water or whatever things I have mixed up for myself. And then after that, I would literally just go outside the house and run, jog, walk, whatever it is that I would feel it's appropriate for me that morning. And I would do that for about 10 kilometers. And then I'll be back in the house and then I'm ready for that to-do list or ready for that breakfast. And some of these things don't need you to just write down. Imagine coming back from waking up and writing a to-do list and then I have to go outside and go run. No, it won't work. And sometimes I will not even wear that gown. I would not wear workout gear. I would literally just wake up, grab some books, study for an hour or 30 minutes, and then I would wear the gear. I'm still in my nightgown when I'm studying. Wake up, study, still in my nightgown, and then prepare breakfast in my nightgown, and then make with my husband goodbye as he goes to work because he does before me, and then I would wear my workout gear and go running. So to-do list doesn't come that beautifully, the way you'd see someone grabbing a journal and writing down things that the to-do list of the day and things of that sort. Those are fancy things for internet. And sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. I feel like I'd waste my time waking up early in the morning to grab my journal to specifically just write to-do list, but going to literally be hectic for the rest of the day. And this leads us to our next point. I eat breakfast before I check a single notification. And people think I'm extreme for it because I have been told I am antisocial. I have been told I am hard to reach. I've been like literally told like I take myself too seriously. All because I protect my first hours of the morning from other people's energy. Here's what I know. Every notification, every DM, every email is someone else's priority landing in your space. And if you read it before you have grounded yourself, you will spend the rest of your day responding to everyone else's issues instead of literally just spending your time and doing things that you're supposed to be doing. Okay? You're not antisocial. You're protecting your peace. That is not being antisocial. It is respecting your peace and being able to have yourself grounded. Instead of reacting to things, you're able to respond. You're able to understand things. Don't just react to everything, you're able to understand things. It is a wealth strategy. It's a habit that protects you, your health, your well-being, your actions, your productivity. So I moved my body before I felt like it. And it's nothing to do with weight loss. Can we please retire the idea that women work out to be smaller? I started moving every morning, not to only lose weight, but to feel powerful. There's something that happens in your brain and in your spirit when you do something hard before 8 a.m. You walk into the rest of your day knowing you already want something. 10 minutes, 20 minutes, a walk, a stretch. It does not matter. What matters is that you prove to yourself every single morning that you do hard things. That's identity. That's what builds wealth. That's what builds careers. That's what builds a life. The moment you wake up in the morning and do something that absolutely nobody wants to do, let me tell you, in the morning, you barely feel like waking up. And the fact that women and men wake up daily to go working, to go pursue things to their lives, this is no hard thing to do. You are committed already. You already have a goal. You already have a dream, whether it's for you, for your family, for your loved one, for your kids, if you're married and you have kids, whatever it is that drives you to do something for yourself, makes you want, even if you haven't started, something that makes you want to do something, that should be one of the things that should make you want to invest in yourself in the morning. Wake up and do one hard thing, one thing that concerns your health, your well-being, your wellness, your mental state, your spiritual state. Do something about that first thing in the morning because that's exactly what you're going to need to be someone revered in your field, to be someone who conquers no matter the outcomes, to be someone who falls down and wakes up and does it again. You will need that mental capacity, that spiritual capacity, that physical strength. You will need all that the rest of your day. How about you invest in it first thing in the morning? Guys, now I said I don't do to-do list, but there is something I usually do. I say my financial goal out loud every morning. And my bank account is currently responding. This one is the most controversial and I don't really care. Every morning I say my income goals, my savings target, and my investments intentions out loud. Before coffee, before tea, out loud. People call it manifestation and dismiss it. People call it confession and spiritualize it too. I call it reprogramming. Most women were raised with deep embedded beliefs that money is for other people. Saying your financial goal out loud every single morning, every single day, starts to dismantle that. Your mouth and your money are more connected than you think. You must be wondering, Frascia, when do you do this? You only told us earlier you do not write things, that you don't have to do that. You don't make it a to-do list to do that. Like I said, I wake up, wear my clothes, my workout gear, and go running. What do you think I am doing on that morning run? I'm not running listening to headphones or earphones. I don't do those things on that. It's my moment alone. It's my moment to speak to myself, to test myself, to encourage myself, to push myself. Because tell me why I am running 2 hills in the morning that makes my heart threaten me to stop, or it's going to stop, but I keep going anyway. It has to adjust to that. The things I speak to myself during that trip, the 5 kilometers going and 5 kilometers back, that's a whole about 50 minutes to an hour of me having a conversation with myself, with my body, with my spirit, with my soul. I am speaking. I'm not running. Whenever I tell you I am having, today I had a conversational pace when I was running. When I tell you, when I wake up and do that in the morning, what do you think? Whom do you think I'm having a conversation with? I am running by myself at 6 a.m. in the morning, before work, sometimes at 5:30, before I do anything else, before I meet you when you meet, for those we get to meet, before I have met you, I have had a whole hour conversation with myself while running. Huh? I speak. I speak things. I speak things to myself because I can accomplish them. Even the Bible tells us that your words are powerful. The words of your mouth are powerful. I believe that. And so I speak them out loud. I speak them, and they are becoming. I am becoming. It is transforming my life in ways I haven't seen before. I say this because there's an episode I'm planning for you, and I really hope that you're going to receive it with a very open heart. And it affects so many people, especially in Kenya, because we our education system, we don't talk about it much. I don't know why, but our education system in Kenya and Africa at large is broken. It's too broken, okay? It's too broken, and most people are suffering because of it. But is there anything that can be done other than despairing and giving up and all that? I feel like there is, because I'd say this because I am amongst the group. I'd say only 20 is even giving it a large number. Only 10% of graduates in high school gets to go anywhere, gets to, like, after high school, only 10% of people get the grades that allows them to pursue the careers they intended, to universities, to colleges, to whatever other places people go. Only 10% usually would get a proper grade. And I'm talking about a grade that's probably a C plus and above, a C plus. If now we are moving, okay, we've already moved to CBE and stuff. But those of us who had the grades, if you had a C clean and below, which is literally the largest group of people, most of which will give up, probably not even go to college because they lack school fees. Others take careers with the lack of information, and they end up regretting that decision too. Others, after taking those careers, they don't know how to pivot afterwards. I talked about pivoting myself because I did that. And I talk about this because I don't know which grade you got, but there is no grade, absolutely no grade, that would stop you from pursuing a career if you really want to. If you really want to. And I say this from an experience, from someone with an experience of not just failing in high school, but also lacking funds for it. Because most people will tell you, all right, I got this grade and I really wanted to do this, but I didn't have the fee. My parents couldn't afford it. Mine couldn't either. I promise they couldn't. That's a story for some other time, because it's a whole, maybe not everyone can be able to do what I did, but I feel like so many people gave up before they had a chance to try. Okay? So start speaking dreams into your mouth, and stop Stop using despair to speak again. The thing about not speaking your dreams, your intention out loud, is that you will still speak something, just that this time around it's not something that speaks to your heart, your brain, and your spirit to move in the right direction. Try aiming vaguely in the right direction, even if you don't know how it's going to happen. Try that. Listen, here's what I want you to take away from this video. A morning routine is not about a perfect waking up 5 a.m. in the morning. It's not having an aesthetic journal. It's about deciding that your mind, your faith, your body, and your money deserves the first and the best version of you every single day. Try even 2 of these this week and come back and tell me what felt a shift. Share this with a woman who needs it. All right? Subscribe to Frascia Unlimited because we are just getting started. Let me see you in the next video. And thank you for coming here today.